Hey guys and gals, Neri here from Drakewing Gaming and Something Mounts, Twitter the Gaming Dragon. As you can see, we are back with the next chapter of Fatal Force. Very excited to jump back into this, y'all. I love this game series. It is definitely has helped the channel out a lot. People seem to really love it. Anyway, where were we? June 1st. God, was it really been that long? June 1st, 2023. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and jump back in. Alarm change, you were up, and let's go. Now that you are aware of the real, Tony. Trust me, this won't end well for you. Chapter 7, End. Please click to continue. Yeah, I had a feeling that Tony was a werewolf. Hellish Lake, huh? Not bad for a location where I heard a massacre accident occurred. A massacre accident? Okay. Like a horror story night on Friday the 13th of Friday, a child killed their parent. By the way, why are we here? Despite the fact that these two werewolves are not connected in one way or another, any shape or form, they have chosen to travel to the same site where the Wendigo massacre took place. Ray, I need to locate something before we get there. I have something I need to get. An item. Oh, new character. The wolf shrugged and continued to sniff around like if he were looking for something worthwhile. What item? The item that can bring us to them. Draviar, huh? I meant with the rest of his pack. Okay, it could be useful, but let's just hope that we can settle this properly. Don't worry, we will. The wolf continues to sniff and moves slowly into an abandoned cabin close to the man-made lake. One of them continues to trail behind until all of a sudden both of them stop moving. What's wrong, Aiden? That item doesn't appear to be available here, so no luck at all. You can't smell it at all? I already did, but nothing. Just a dust. When Aiden realized there was nothing to be found in that dusty location, he appeared disappointed and began to circle around as if he were contemplating something. We had no luck either, huh? We need that item, so I won't give up trying to find it. Aiden, resolute, Ray begins to feel a little irritated with the response and exhibits his sarcasm. For crying out loud, would you kindly tell me what the item is? What's the look? I keep asking that question over and over, but you never seem to respond. Aiden closes his eyes and takes a deep breath while Ray tries to coerce him into answering. Ray? What? What's wrong with you? Why are you staring at me like that? Do you trust me? Aiden said. He convinces Ray by showing his face of grief and sorrow. You know, do you trust me, Ray? Well, okay, I hear you. I have faith in you, but you need to be sure that you know what you're doing, Aiden. I have a good feeling that I'm not going to get involved in any more trouble with the other wolves. Especially those wolves. Thanks. Jeez. Ray is greeted with a friendly smile by Aiden, and the two of them quickly depart from that location. And brought them to a location that was already known to them. Okay, Aiden, now I have no idea what you're looking for. This place. What's wrong with this place? All I can see are some abandoned buildings, and what a waste. Why do people keep squandering their money on building this place, only to leave it abandoned in the end? The air was thick with the stench of tragedy. What? Tragedy? Yes, a college boy from the human race was trying to pass the time here, but he ended up meeting a werewolf. Ooh, scary. Stop playing around, Ray. And of course, this location is also the place where that boy meets another werewolf. Those who rescued him and have been looking out for him against that vicious werewolf, Draviar. How did you come to know this, Aiden? I will concede that you had a better nose here. However, the fact that you were able to extract that information in such a way blows my mind already. Well, simple. The air in this location still carried a faint odor of blood. One that was almost gone, but still strong enough to tell me the stories. Wow, there are times when I feel really envious of your ability. Still, have you already discovered the clue that leads to that item? I'm not sure, but there's a part of me that feels like I already know. Do you remember what the so-called Google Wolf instructed us to do in order to locate the item? Geez, why on earth do you still believe what that Google Wolf told you? He keeps saying nonsense things. Indeed, but he tells a riddle about it. Yes, it was a riddle that resulted in tragedy. Every tragedy has a conclusion, and how you get there depends on how the tragedy itself concludes. That's what the so-called Google Wolf told us, remember? The Google Wolf. It still doesn't make sense to me. For me, it does. Let's go to that place, because I'm positive that an item is hidden in that place. Where? Wolfbane Cafe. Some said every beginning story has its end. But how about the stories? Is the beginning of the end? A part in which we believe the stories had already come to an end, but in reality that ending serves as the beginning of the stories. Something along the lines of a trigger event for the stories. Oh well, looks like you'll be returning to Neri's perspective again. Have fun. For now. It has been such a long day, and so many things have taken place that I'm having trouble keeping up. Werewolf, Wendigo, and now witches. It's getting to the point where I can't tell the difference between a fantasy and a horror story right now. Already my life has been turned upside down. Neri, you okay? Huh? Yeah, why? You remained silent while gazing at the wall. Is there anything on your mind right now? He rubbed my back while he fretted. While waiting for the others to enter, we are both still in the room, and it appears that the White Wolf is entering the room first as usual. God damn you, Draviar, don't do like that! Doing what, silly? The Black Wolf chuckled. God, not funny! Well, looks like he's back. Zero appeared out of nowhere all of a sudden, and not even the two wolves could figure out how he got there. Did he enter through a mystical portal of some sort? How did you find your way here? I didn't see you come in through any door at any point. Oh, when I went inside the Draviar's room, I completely forgot that it was with Zero. Have you both done your romantic moment already? Since we have a number of other problems that need to be addressed before anything strange may occur. Tony Winnie? What? Tony guy is already chasing that human witch, so I think we don't have much time since this incident will be repeated again. Would you agree, Draviar? As Zero gave Draviar a harsh glance, I was having a hard time understanding the words that were flowing from him. What exactly does he mean when he says that the tragedy will happen again? I'm already aware of that. Could you guys please explain the whole darn thing? Stop inventing puzzles. Because they always make some kind of riddle shit conversation. I'm gonna complain about them. Alright, Neri, I'll spill the beans on what really happened in that terrible accident. As I said to you earlier, this whole thing started at Hellish Lake. And you are correct about that. There are members of the family enjoying their time off at that location. Who brings their family to a place called Hellish Lake? Alright. One human family and one werewolf family are on holiday there, as well as you know. Things were going normally until an accident befell that human family in which one of their children drowned to death. It's like dying to death. Before that, everything was okay. Timmy's family, then. I interject, and Draviar nods in agreement with what I'm saying. The most important question is not how your friend became a Wendigo. Rather, it is why that werewolf family is there. From what I can tell, this whole situation seems to be leading up to something. Your evidence? That tree. Tree? When Zero appeared out of nowhere and began to make its way toward us, I began to scratch my head in an attempt to figure out what it said. I believe that I've mentioned it to you before, Neri. A Megaton's tree. Yes, it's true. When we got there, that tree had just been cut down. It looks exactly the same as if someone else had already chopped it before we arrived. That's what's bothering me. How come that tree is here? What do you mean? That tree cannot possibly have come from this world. What? The fact that the tree does not originate from this world comes as quite a surprise to me. It's getting to the point where I think that witch might have had something to do with this. Oh, and by the way, Neri, where did you get a hold of that case file? Draviar was slowly turning his head to look at me while Zero was wandering around as though he was extremely bored waiting. Oh, I got that case file from the library. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn it, I tell y'all nothing good ever happens at libraries. Oh, this is getting really interesting. What? Why are you both looking at me in such a way? Did I say something wrong? When those wolves look at me, it's like they've just discovered a new source of protein. My heart starts racing and I start to fear. No. Point in fact, I don't even know how to phrase it properly. Let's talk it out and come to a conclusion tonight. Draviar determined has started to stand up. He gives himself a little bit of a makeover and puts on the jacket he always wears. While Mickey was recuperating on the floor, Zero dragged him outside by pulling on both of his ears. During this time, Mickey was sleeping it off. I don't understand why he would feel any pain. Perhaps he was just too exhausted. I start to trail behind Draviar and make an attempt to get closer to him because he seems to be in a rush. Once I've managed to get close to him, I'm asked, Draviar, where are you going? Where else but the library? But Neri, I absolutely require that you remain in this location. Coming with me is not a good idea because of the risks involved. What? No, I'm coming too! As a result of my complaint, the Black Wolf is becoming increasingly concerned. But, Neri, I don't want anything to happen to you, so please stay here. I started off by looking at his face and holding his hand in an effort to earn his trust. I think he was taken aback by what I attempted to accomplish. Draviar, it's okay. I need to know the real story behind this freak occurrence. So, please. In any event, I'm already a werewolf at this point, so it doesn't matter. I'm still making good progress in my recovery. Neri. Okay, but you have to be close to me, in all circumstances. As a kind of response, Draviar took my hand and smiled affectionately at me. As we make our way outside of the cafe, we observe Zero sketching a large circle in the space directly in front of the establishment. Even though Mickey was still sound asleep, Zero dragged him into the center of the circle. Let's go. How long do you both want to do some romantic scenes in this kind of situation? Cut it out. Jeez, I don't know why I kind of like him better in this child form, but I kind of like him better in his child form. When he's an adult, he'll be very demanding. I agree more. We both chuckled. Well, at least for the time being, he's on our side. Huh? What do you mean, Draviar? Let's say Zero has changed and isn't being such a bad boy anymore. What? Come on, let's get this done quickly before he starts complaining once more. Sure. I smile and keep strolling near Draviar. However, I am still intrigued as to what he means when he says Zero was a nasty boy. After everything has settled down, perhaps I should inquire once again. While Zero waits for us to arrive, his face takes on an annoyed expression. Would you kindly step into the circle? He demands again. Draviar hurries inside the circle and lends a helping hand to me. Here, make sure that you don't step into those lines. Alright. After that, I take Draviar's hand and join forces with them. So sweaty. Oh well. Here we go. Changeling! The moment Zero clapped his hands, we were all taken to a location that was already known to us. Hold on a second. I thought I recognized this as the place where I saw Timmy die. We're here, already. Let's get going before it's too late. Finally! Something that we can agree on. Wake up, dummy! Oh, God. Mickey was jolted awake by a slap to the face from Zero, which undoubtedly did the trick. Ugh, what was that? Good morning, sleepyhead. God, oh my God, why did you have to slap me in the face? Mickey has an irritated feeling and starts to stand up. Done already? Yeah. Mickey feels helpless in the face of Zero's menacing look, and as a result, he does nothing except listen to Zero. Well, on the bright side, Mickey, it looks like you've already received plenty rest. Let's go. Mickey, how's the condition of your injured hand? My curiosity was piqued once I observed that Mickey had suffered many stab wounds in his hand. Don't you worry, it's already hit. He smiles and makes a teasing comment while displaying that his hand is completely recovered. Wow, if I were to get stabbed, the injuries might not be as serious as I feared. I might be able to heal quickly. Alright, y'all. I'm actually gonna pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. Greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Tresem Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if you want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!